Hi, my name's Mark Beaumont. Cycling's been a huge part of my life since I grew up here in rural Perthshire, and I'm very proud to be an ambassador for the Road Share campaign for presumed liability. The video that you're about to watch highlights the suffering that one family went through when they lost a sister, a mother, a daughter, when she was killed out riding her bicycle.
My name is Frances Darling, and this is a photograph of my sister, Sally Lowe. A single mum of two teenage boys, Douglas and Jamie. On the 28th of September 2013, Sally was out riding her bike on the B9 102 near Archiston in Murray, when a driver who was travelling too fast for the road lost control of her car and collided with my sister. The force of the impact was so great that Sally was thrown many feet into the air, her bicycle sheared in half. Sally died at the scene of the accident from multiple injuries. Sally was only 44 years old. I can still vividly remember the telephone call and my dad having to give me that message. I felt sick. I remember hugging my children and just not being able to let go. Being 500 miles away made it so much more difficult. I couldn't be with my mum and dad for about 24 hours by the time I'd sorted out the plane to get up there. After the initial shock, it's that immeasurable, indescribable sense of loss that I had then and I still have every day of my life now. Sally should still be here. She should be seeing her boys grow into men and being proud of them. But instead, as a family, my mum and dad, Sally's boys, Douglas and Jamie, my children, and I, everybody who knew Sally, family and friends, we have to live our lives without her being here. And everything we do is tinged with that sadness that she's not here. I miss her every single day, and that's not going to go away.
The current system meant the family had to prove the driver who killed Sally was negligent. Sally's evidence was lost when she died. The driver's insured refused even to pay for funeral costs and forced the family into litigation at a time when they could least cope with this.
The justice system failed my sister's boys and the family as a whole. We were not put at the centre of what they do. We had to resort to civil litigation ourselves in order to speed up the compensation process. This was despite the fact that the criminal evidence 2 months after my sister died was deemed to be sufficient to prosecute the driver. The insurance company just seemed to drag its heels for no good reason other than not wanting to pay out until it had to. Presumed liability has many advantages, but for me, the two biggest things are the fact that it would help to speed up compensation claims, reducing financial hardship for families at a time when they can least deal with it, and it might just encourage motor insurers to actually think about the way they defend or even approach the way they deal with compensation claims, ultimately avoiding litigation and getting money to the people and the families who need it sooner rather than later.
On the 25th of September, Sally signed the Road Share petition. Just 3 days later, on the 28th, Sally was killed.
Anybody who has got any influence in terms of presumed liability getting onto the statute books, I urge you to do whatever you can to get it there. It won't bring my sister back, but perhaps her death will actually make a positive change to vulnerable road users and their families in the future.